You've seen them, large metal boxes where you can drop off unneeded clothes, shoes, and linens. But what happens after you leave? Textile collection company Helpsy took us inside their Woburn warehouse.
We collect about 5 million pounds of clothes a year.
The big goal is keeping that clothing out of landfills. Helpsy estimates the average person throws away more than 100 pounds of textiles every year. Chief of Staff Lisa Shanella.
95% of what we collect either ends up reused as clothing or reused as something else. 5%, if it's wet or contaminated, unfortunately has to be trash.
When drivers drop off textiles at this warehouse, they go straight into the baler. They're turned into 1,000-pound bundles. Helpsy packs them into trailers and sells them.
These bulk customers have a grading or sorting operation. They will sort through the clothes and extract the most value. It's like inventory for thrift stores. Maybe if it's like a cotton t-shirt that has a stain or a hole, it's still an absorbent material and still could be used as a wiper. So this is a bag that someone placed in a bin, and this is kind of some stuff that you can find. So American Eagle shorts.
Nice.
This looks like someone's summer wardrobe, so perfectly good reusable clothing.
Shanella says it is best to reuse clothing as clothing because of the amount of energy and resources used to create the items in the first place. But they'll still figure out what to do with worn-out shoes and stained shirts.
We want to do the hard work of matching like what's good enough for reuse versus recycling.
In November 2022, Massachusetts banned textiles from trash collection. Shanella hopes this will change habits.
I think at this point it's the norm to think about recycling cardboard, plastic, aluminum, paper, but it wasn't always the case, right? So we're kind of making strides in the textile space. We're having people think about reuse and recycling.
Helpsy runs textile recycling programs for about 24 communities in Massachusetts, including Cambridge. The company empties collection bins and also picks up textiles from residents' homes. It's also a money saver.
To dispose of the textiles in the trash costs the city money. And so by diverting the items to one of these bins or the curbside collection, you're saving the city money. Not only that, the contract that we have with our vendor is a no-cost contract to us.
Cambridge Recycling Director Mike Orr says residents have embraced the program.
We collect close to 20 tons a month during the summertime. I think a lot of people love the idea of like having a really easy system to deal with like a large portion of their trash.
In Arlington, one artist is giving textiles a second life. One scrap at a time.
I get a lot of donated sheets and curtains and tablecloths from family members, friends, and very popular during spring cleaning.
Liz Sartori transforms these cast-off materials into abstract landscapes, dyeing the fabrics to create her color scheme.
This piece, my palette, is gonna be in these shades. So grayish blues, some grayish greens.
Sartori's previous job doing display work for a retail store helped inspire her current work.
They had asked for us to make a living wall, and I am notorious for killing every plant I touch. So I took a bunch of paper, fabric, yarn, anything you could think of, and dyed it various shades of green, and it created this like very lush, textural piece that really people fell in love with.
During the pandemic, she was laid off from her job as an event planner and started experimenting with different ways to create art.
It's like a giant frame that has a wire grid built into it, and that's how I basically build a loom onto the grid and then weave, and then I'll push fabric through, pull fabric through, and it's a very interactive experience, and it's a workout sometimes. If the piece is huge, it is, whew, my arms, yeah. It's helping my tennis game. These are all painter's drop cloths, and they're then dyed in different shades, so they have a whole new life now. It's better to find something that has a little more character, that you feel more comfortable ripping apart and dyeing and turning into something else. but it's so much more cost effective and it's environmentally friendly, which makes me feel good about what I'm doing. The best compliment that I get is people say, I've never seen anything like this. To have people say that they've never seen this before, this is something completely unique and different, is just so heartwarming and makes me feel like, all right, I'm on to something.
Wow, totally unique and different. And Liz says it will take her anywhere between 2 weeks and 4 months to create a piece. It really just depends on her schedule and how inspired she is.
Amazing. Back to Helpsy, by the way. There are some things that they do not take. So they don't take strollers or large items, bikes, toys, that sort of thing. If they get them, they'll try to move them on, but they'd prefer you stick to the textiles because that's the stuff that can turn around.
All right, up next, a solution for crafty pack rats.